Hi guys! Today we're making these cute miniature sled and winter boots. Let's start with the sled. The first thing I did was to make a sketch of the sled from 3 different angles so I could see the pieces I needed. I used 2 types of wood for this project, some thicker, sturdier sticks and then some stirring sticks that were bendy. Firstly, we're gonna make the skis. For each ski, you're gonna need 2 thin stirring sticks which you're gonna soak in water. This will make them easier to bend without snapping. Wipe away any excess water, then stack the 2 pieces with some glue in between and then wrap the end around something with the right curve. I'm using a cookie cutter. Allow it to dry completely in this position, which should make it hold its shapes afterward. While the skis are drying, you can cut out the middle pieces which will give the sled its height. I used a small saw to cut out mine and a file to round off any edges. Then assemble the pieces with glue. Once dry, you can attach the skis. And the sled is starting to take shape. Now you want to add 2 long pieces, 1 to each side, connecting the middle part to the front of the skis. Then add 3 pieces in the middle to complete the seat. And that's our basic sled. To add color, I mixed some brown acrylic paint with some Mod Podge and painted this on. Then I took a long strip of paper, painted it with black acrylic paint, sealed it in with Mod Podge, and then glued this underneath the sled for the metal parts. I wanted my sled to look a little aged, so I added some additional brown paint. Finally, I tied on some embroidery thread for the string, and that's our sled done. Next we're gonna make the boots. I went for these cute pink ones with a fluffy border and pom-poms. I'll be making these shoes for Barbie, but you can work on whatever doll you want. To make the basic pattern from the shoes, I took some painter's tape and taped the feet completely in there so I could draw on the shape I wanted the shoes to have. Once you got the shape down, gently cut away the pieces. And that's our basic pattern. Now you can trace it onto a fabric of your choice. Be sure to elongate the pattern a little bit where you need to sew the pieces together. Then get out needle and a thread of your choice. I went for white and then sew the pieces back together the same way you cut them apart. You can also choose to glue the pieces together to make it a little easier, but I wanted to sew them so I can have the front stitches for decorational purposes. I added a line of stitches down each side of the shoe, again for decoration. You can skip this completely or you can use acrylic paint and just paint them on. Next we're gonna make the inner sole of the shoe. Trace the bottom of the doll's foot onto cardstock and cut it out. Then to give the sole the right shape, dip it in a bit of water and push it to the bottom of the doll's foot. Keep it in place with some rubber bands to let it dry. Once the sole is dry, cut it away from the foot, then use a piece of sticky tack, the stuff you use to hang posters, to stick it temporarily on again. Then add a thin strip of glue all around the edge of the sole and glue on the top of the shoe. I added another line of decorational stitches on the front of the shoe, but again this is totally optional. Then you want to cut out a piece like this for the tongue and glue this in place. Next we're going to work on the outer sole and heel. Take some black polymer clay, roll it out thinly and then cut it out to the shape of the sole. Then wrap the doll's foot in some tin foil and stick on the sole to it to give it the right shape. Gently slip the tin foil off the doll and then you can pre-bake the sole for 5 minutes. Once the clay has cooled, it should be able to hold its shape. Then you can add some more clay and use a drop of liquid clay to stick it all together and add a head pin for the heel. This will help to add some strength to the heel so they won't actually break. Pre-bake for another 5 minutes and then you can add clay to the heel to any shape you want. When you're happy with the look of the heel, bake it completely according to package instructions. After baking, I use some small file to round off the edges and correct any bumps. Then you can glue it onto the top of the shoe. I chose to glue a piece of the pink fabric onto the heel and cut away any excess, but you can leave it black if you want. Now for the shoelaces. I used embroidery thread on 2 needles and essentially sewed it on. For the upper trim, I used this fluffy white fabric which I glued in place. For the pom-poms, I took a small square of the fabric and used a small pair of scissors to trim it into shape. Glue a pom-pom to the end of each shoelace, and then our boots are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this cute little winter project, and remember to leave me a like if you did. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!